Ladies, how's everybody here tonight on the Shin? How's everybody doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? We're here tonight on a freaking Friday. Let's get this shit going. All right, man. Here we go on a Friday tonight. We have a huge plan today, ladies and gentlemen. Possibly I'm gonna do is somewhere between 3 to 4 streams tonight, man. So obviously this one right now, 20, 30 minutes, I'm gonna assume, and then I'm supposed to do another one with Kobe Alberson at 3 o'clock, which I don't even know, man. I gotta see what the plans are with the family, but if not, I'll just message him. But the plan is to do another one like around 3:30 with Kobe Alberson previewing WWE Crown Jewel this Saturday. And then the plan is to do this one's for sure at 6 o'clock. Do another one with Cowboys Factory and Kobe Alberson on TikTok, previewing this week's NFL matchups. That was on TikTok. The TikTok is CE Show. Just take no sports, just CE Show, CE Show. And then obviously the daily hangout stream at 11:30 at night. If something comes up and I can do the one at 3 o'clock with 3:30 with Kobe Alberson, what I'll probably do is I won't I probably do the Crown Jewel one at 11:30, and then I just won't have a daily hangout this week. Just assuming, cause I don't know, 3:30 is kind of like a weird time. Um, for my family, they usually like to like go out for lunch around that time. I know they're kind of weird Mexican style. They don't eat as early as the Americans for lunch. But anyways, so I have to see. But if not, that'll be the schedule. But if not, like I said, I'll just do the wrestling one at 11:30, and then I just won't do a hangout. But for sure, obviously, you're gonna be on TikTok at live at 6 o'clock, and something, whether it's the Crown Jewel preview or the daily hangout at 11:30. Anyways, like I said, I've been working hard, but my mama said it's my bedtime. Anyways, let's go with sports NFL. Jonathan Taylor will not be playing this week. Colts have ruled out running back Jonathan Taylor for Sunday's game versus the Patriots. Damn, this guy, all of a sudden, he can't stay healthy, man. Oof, that sucks, man. And also the Panthers rolled their running back, Chubacha Herbert. He will also not be playing this week for the Carolina Panthers. And let's see here. Philadelphia Eagles for the first time in franchise history started 8-0, man. We will go over that game here in a little bit. But the Philadelphia Eagles, man, get the win last night over the Houston Texans 29-17 to improve to 8-0 for the first time in franchise history. The difference in this game was I thought like in the first half Houston was kind of causing problems, 14-14 at halftime, and then Phillies on defense tightened up and they only allowed 3 points in the second half, and they scored 23. That was the difference, man. They scored 23 points in the second half, and Houston only scored three. Um, let's see here, more stuff. They're saying freaking Michael Thomas needs toe surgery from the Saints. He might be out for the season. Jesus Christ, man. This things, man. One of the main reasons Houston was unable to trade Brandon Cooks was because it wanted second and fourth round picks in return for him. Per sources, no team was willing to trade two and a four and assume Cooks 18. Yeah, they were asking for a lot for Brandon Cooks for the Houston Texans, man. And Brandon Cooks was pissed off on Twitter about it. But apparently, also they were saying that teams like the Cowboys and the Packers, part of it was because of how much money Dak Prescott and Aaron Rodgers make. They just couldn't take on the $18 million contract. But yeah, they were asking for a lot, man. They were asking for a two, a four, and for them to pay the entire remaining deal of that contract was $18 million. Jesus Christ, man. After being limited in practice due to his ankle, Ryan Tannehill did not practice today. Let's see what they do, man, because they got a tough one versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Malik Willis didn't do much last week. It was mostly Derrick Henry that carried the team, rushing for over 200 yards. Can you ask him to do that on back-to-back weeks? That'll be tough, man. And here's Michael Thomas's his last 5 years, man, or 3 years, whatever. In 2019, he had a career year. He broke the NFL record with 149 catches for 1,725 yards, 9 touchdowns. He had a hell of a year in 2019. But ever since that, it's gone downhill, man. 2020, only 7 games, 40 catches, 438 yards, and he missed the entire 2021 season. And now he's only gonna play 3 games in 2022, and he's gonna miss. So he's only played freaking in the last three. So after having that career year in 2019, and the last 3 years, he's only freaking played 10 games. Jesus Christ, man. Oh man, Michael Thomas is probably washed up, man. Jesus Christ. So he's out for the season with that toe injury, man. Jesus Christ. Deshaun Jackson expected to be activated this week from Monday Night Football versus the Saints. Deshaun Jackson going to make his debut tonight for the Monday night for the Baltimore Ravens. But at the same time, they announced the wide receiver, Rashard Bateman, will undergo season-ending foot surgery. Jesus Christ. So you get Deshaun Jackson, but now you freaking lose Rashard Bateman for the season. Damn. The Chargers signed kicker Cameron Dicker to their practice squad. I think he was the Eagles kicker for that 1 week where Jake Elliott couldn't play. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's move. Actually, first let's talk about that freaking Thursday night football game between the Eagles and the Texans, and then we'll move along to freaking National Basketball Association, the NBA. All right, man. So this game, like I said, man, it started off 14-14. The Eagles, the Texans scored first in their first drive, 7-0. Eagles come back and they freaking do like a 17-play drive. They milked so much clock in that freaking first quarter, and they have Miles Sanders scored a touchdown, tied 7-7. And then they had scored another touchdown, took a 14-7 lead, and then from there you're thinking the Phillies gonna take off, but no, freaking Texans score again right before halftime, 14-14. And then the Eagles, they get an interception to start off the second half, and they get another touchdown, 21-14. AJ Brown with a touchdown, and then Texans right from the field again. I thought we were gonna score another touchdown, but they only got a field goal, 21-17. And then the Eagles close it out, man, with a late drive in the early drive in the fourth quarter, and win it 29-17. Dallas Goedert with the touchdown. The Texans jumped off side, so they went for 2. And so instead of being 28, that's why it was 29, because they got the 2-point conversion because of the offside with the Texans. So 29-17 was your final score. Like I said, the difference in this game was the second half, where fucking in the first half 14-14, but in the second half Philadelphia scored 23 points and the Texans only score 3 points. That was the difference in the second half. Eagles even stepped up, man. Jalen Hurts, 21 completions out of 27 passes, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns. But he did have a few fumbles. He fumbled twice, lost one. The other one he recovered. Jason Kelce recovered the other one. But yeah, kind of, I didn't like, a little bit of fumbles, butterfingers there for a little bit, but whatever. Texans were pressuring a lot more than I thought. They were getting to Jalen Hurts. They sacked him 4 times, one of them being a sack strip fumble. So Texans came out to play, man, especially in that first half. But yeah, those are Jalen Hurts' numbers. 243 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, but 2 fumbles, 1 recovered, 1 was not. Miles Sanders, 93 yards, 1 touchdown. Kenny Gainwell had the other touchdown. And then AJ Brown, 4 catches, 59 yards, 1 touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 8 catches, 100 yards, 1 touchdown. With the Eagles, really, they sprinkle it, man. Last week, obviously, the favorite receiver was AJ Brown. This week, it was Dallas Goedert. That's what he was going to the most, Dallas Goedert in this game. And Miles Sanders were probably the 2 guys that were using the most. Dallas Goedert and Miles Sanders. And then Jalen Hurts also rushed for 23 yards. So yeah, let's look at the Texans and then we'll call it a night with this game. Dave Mills, 13 out of 22 passing, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. A pretty average game for Dave Mills. Um, you know, he did some good, but he did some bad. But the freaking running back from that Damian Pierce guy is fantastic, man. 139 yards. That guy is fantastic. That's their star right there. That's their new star, Damian Pierce. Jesus Christ, man, what a player he is. And then freaking Chris Moore, 4 catches, 43 yards, 1 touchdown. Philip Dorsett, 3 catches, 69 yards. Not much doing with the freaking Dave Mills, typical, like I said, up and down, up and down. Like I said, scoring those 14 points in the first half, and then in the second half he went to the shithole with the only 3 points and 2 interceptions. I think they got to draft a quarterback probably. He's not the answer, man. They got to go good. Only 154 yards throwing. They got to go get a new quarterback, man. Either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. We'll see what they do. But yeah. They played good in the first half, but then, like Crazy Mofo said, Philly turned it up in the second half and only limited them to 3 points in the second half. But let's talk about let's talk about the NBA now. Let's NBA talk here tonight. Let's see here. Kyrie Irving apologizes for what he said about the religion, man. He tried to donate $500,000 to an organization, and it got denied. The commissioner said he wants to meet with him. He's now suspended indefinitely. They're saying for at least 5 games he's going to be suspended. So not looking good for Kyrie Irving, man. Jesus Christ. But at least last night he apologized for it. Like I said, the CEO of Jonathan Greenblatt of ADL is not accepting Kyrie Irving's $500,000 donation. We were optimistic, but after watching the debacle of a press conference, it's clear that Kyrie feels no accountability for his actions. ADL cannot accept it. All right. The Nets released a statement. Then they suspend Kyrie Irving. So it's a shit show right now with this stuff, man. Jesus Christ, man. And then we got some stuff about Miles Bridges, man. It looks like he's not gonna have to go to jail for what he did last year, domestic violence. Hornets restricted free agent Miles Bridges pleaded no contest to felony domestic violence charge Thursday in Los Angeles Superior Court and will face 3 years of probation and no jail time as part of the deal with prosecutors. At the moment, Bridges remains unsigned, but if he were to sign with a team, the NBA under the collective bargaining agreement has the rights to suspend, fine, dismiss, or disqualify him from any further association with the league because he pleaded no contest. So, I don't know. Like they said that if a team does sign him, the NBA can block it because of what he did. So we'll see if he can get back in the NBA or not, man. Spurs CEO R.C. Buford responds to the lawsuit by the one woman for the whole Josh Primo thing about him exposing himself. Spurs and Sports Entertainer CEO R.C. Buford, we disagree with the accuracy of facts, details, and timeline presented to us. While we would like to share more information, we will allow the legal process to play out. Our organization remains committed to upholding the highest standards and will continue to live by our values and culture. Damn, we'll see where that shit goes, man. Jesus Christ, man. So that's the thing, right? That they said supposedly Greg Popovich knew about it since January and he never did nothing about it. Oh, that can really cost him. That's what happened to Joe Paterno in Penn State. He knew about it and he didn't freaking do anything about it. That's why they fired him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. So this is more about the Kyrie Irving apology. To all Jewish families and communities that are hurt and affected from my post, I'm deeply sorry to have caused you pain and I apologize. So Kyrie Irving apologizing. The Nets, we are of the value that he is currently unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. We have decided that Kyrie will serve a suspension without pay until he satisfies a series of object removal measures. So the Nets, their statement on the suspension for Kyrie Irving, for at least 5 games. Like I said, 5 games. Pelicans, Brandon Ingram, who has been in concussion protocol, is listed probable to return Friday versus the Warriors. The Warriors just announced, I think they're sitting everybody out. Curry, Thompson, Draymond Green, they're sitting everybody out. They lost to the Magic last night. They're not playing good basketball right now, the Warriors. So yeah, man. Warriors are stuck in ash right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Major League Baseball, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Major League Baseball. Let's see here. Let's just freaking talk about the freaking World Series, man. Freaking Houston Astros, man. Houston Astros taking the freaking 3-2 lead to, last night, man. Freaking it was a great pitching performance. You know, the Justin Verlander 5 innings and the bullpen coming in to close it. Hector Neris, Brian Abreu, Rafael Montero, and Ryan Preston getting the 5-out save. But also, man, the defense, man. Freaking McCormick making that freaking play in the 9th inning. Trey Mancini in the 8th inning, man. They were threatening to score. Kyle Schwarber at the plate. It was a hard hit bouncer to the first baseman. And Mancini coming off the bench, man, because he was replacing Yuli Gurriel, who had to be taken out because he got kneed in the face. Gets that freaking one hopper. Otherwise, if that shit would have gone out to the outfield, that would have been maybe a double. The Phillies could have tied it. So great play right there. And then Jeremy Pena was fantastic, whether with the bat, getting a home run with 2 RBIs, and making some nice plays at the shortstop. Man, there was one where he freaking jumped and got the ball. And that shit was going to fucking like a line drive to left field for a hit. Great plays by defense, man. Not only the pitching, the defense. I thought Houston was fantastic last night, man. In the first inning, Altuve hits a freaking triple. Should have been a double, but the freaking center fielder, Brendan March, couldn't play the ball the right way. So it became a triple. Brendan Pena drove him in with a single, 1-1. But then they did answer back. The Phillies, Kyle Schwarber with a home run in the first inning. So they did answer right away, 1-1. But then in the 4th inning, Jeremy Pena with a fucking home run. His second RBI made it 2-1. Alvarez brought in the final run with a ground ball, and I believe the bases were loaded, and Altuve scored on the ground ball, 3-1. I think the ball was misplayed by Rhys Hopkins. And because it was a ground ball, and they could have thrown a home plate, and they could have tried to get Altuve out, but Rhys Hopkins kind of bubbled it, so he didn't have time, so he just had to step on first base. Which that was a huge run because they scored a run in the 8th inning. It would have been 2-2, man, possibly if Rhys Hopkins catches that ground ball cleanly and they're able to throw to first base and get Altuve out. They could have possibly tied it 2-2 in the 8th inning, man. But because they scored that extra run, that kind of saved them, man. And then, like I said, in the 8th inning, Segura drove in a run, 3-2. But then, man, they had some chances, too, in the freaking 9th inning, man. There was a freaking ball hit super hard. Like I said, it was great. It was going to be at least a double. Freaking McCormick freaking catches, like, on the wall, man. Jumping catch. Great catch by him. And Ryan Pressey came out for that 5-out save. Like I said, fantastic game by the Astros, especially with the defense. Jeremy Pena, Trey Mancini, McCormick, and then freaking the combination of Justin Verlander going 5 innings, and then the freaking bullpen coming in to cover the final 4 innings, man. Ryan Pressey, 5-out save, man. And we'll see, man. Astros have a 2-3 lead, man. We'll see if they can close it out. They have 2 chances to close it out in Houston over the weekend. I believe Framber Valdez and Zach Wheeler are the pitchers to go on Saturday tomorrow. So we'll see what happens, man. We will see what happens, but I feel like I feel the first 3 games, Philadelphia had the momentum, right? Especially coming back from 5-0 to win 6-5 game one. And then the way they spanked them in game three, I felt they had the momentum. Philadelphia, the first 3 games had the momentum. But in the last 2 games, man, game four, no hitter. And game five, again, another great pitching performance with defense. The Astros have taken the momentum, man. And now I think they're the favorites to win. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what the hell happens, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk some wrestling, and then we'll call it a night here tonight on a freaking Friday. All right. So they're saying that AEW came out with their Christmas decorations, like for AEW shops where people could buy, and one of them is a freaking CM Punk ornament. Jesus, like to put on your fucking tree. Oh my goodness, man! A lot of people are wondering if CM Punk was still with the company. Kind of weird. Maybe they expected to come out and they're like, whatever, just have it come out. Who knows? But some people are saying, wait a minute, why do they have a CM Punk ornament? Anyway, whatever. We'll see what it means. Maybe they didn't even realize it came out. But so many came out. They're like, oh, the CM Punk one, we forgot to take it out. Pendejo face. Cole Cabana, man, a lot of people were happy to see Cole Cabana back on AEW TV. He even said on Twitter, I'm happy to be back. A lot of people said it was like an F you to CM Punk. Like, hey, we brought back one of the guys you hate, Cole Cabana. Supposedly they're saying WWE is aware of the fact that Cole Cabana showed up on AEW this week, and what that could mean that maybe for sure CM Punk is finished with AEW. So a lot of people are wondering, man, as of right now, it was planned just for one night for Cole Cabana to be on Dynamite versus Chris Jericho. There's no plans to have him on in the future, so we'll see what happens, man. Like again, WWE, man, like I said, openly, supposedly to maybe bringing in CM Punk back, but we'll see. Supposedly, people close to CM Punk have said he got the wrestling bug bag after being in AEW for 1 year. So we'll see, man. Randy Orton, supposedly the plan is for him to come back and turn heel and on Riddle. But those were the plans a long time ago, even when Vince McMahon was still part of the WWE. For maybe plans have changed. Obviously, Randy Orton's back injury is a lot more serious than people thought. So they don't know when he's going to come back, but supposedly that was at least the plan, that he was going to come in and turn his back on Riddle when he came back. Riddle keeps doing like the RKO. He does the Randy Orton post. So possible maybe he's doing that because they're trying to remind us, this guy was with Randy Orton, right? So like I said, more NXT releases. Like I said, you can expect those almost every at least 2 to 3 times a year. They're gonna evaluate everybody every 6 months. And if they feel they're not progressing, they're just gonna release them. They're saying the freaking once again, they're saying there were rumors that there were rumors that once again that the Elites, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega were on backstage. They did another promo with them, like a video package, where they win the trio championships at All Out, and then they kind of try to erase the future, try to erase it like the past, and at the end they show the AEW logo and they took the E out. So yeah, they're still teasing their freaking comeback, I guess. But there's reports that they've been in the backstage shows the last few weeks. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, they've been backstage. The AEW ratings have fallen, but obviously they're saying it's because of the World Series. It seems like all of WWE too, they've been suffering a little bit. But yeah, man, a lot of people are saying it's because of the World Series, and once the World Series is over, that AEW is going to go back to getting 1 million views. But backstage about Rick Ross, the celebrity, being backstage with Keith Lee and Swerve. As of right now, the plan is just to be a one night thing. But who knows, man. Kind of weird how they chose to have Rick Ross like in Baltimore. Like maybe if they were like in Miami or Los Angeles. But it was kind of funny they chose Baltimore. So that makes me think that they might have him on more. You know, because the fact that it seemed like he almost traveled to Baltimore to be on the show. It would have been different, like, oh, they're in Miami. He lives in Miami or Los Angeles, right? Oh, they just invited him for one night. But because it was in Baltimore, it makes me think, oh man, there's a good possibility that he just flew out to Baltimore just to be on Dynamite that week. So that means they could have him more on TV in the future. So we'll see, man. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it for wrestling. And until next time, I'm like a light. I thank you. Jesus Christ. The fuck is happening? I can't get off the fucking show.